Hi everyone. Um, we are back to the Flow State Café as every Friday. Me, Giselle Queiroz, and Claudia Spoiler.
Claudia, well, yeah,
We this is
hello.
a weekly event that we bring topics related to how to bring more flow into our lives, and we both work with these quantum methods that helps us also, to get into this state. And today we're going to talk how does the law of attraction works?
Exactly. Yeah,
Really
yeah, yeah,
works,
yeah.
right? Claudia?
It works. It's powerful. It works. But there's a lot of misinformation. And not misinformation. There's a lot of information that I think people need to know because you know, um, it's a topic that it tells a lot. A lot of books have been written about this, but it's always incomplete. The information, right? Most of the times. I haven't seen many people talking about this particular thing actually. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. And well, first of all, thank you everyone for being here. I think yes, the Flow State Café has been going on for almost a year now. Actually, and so we are very grateful for you guys to be here with us every Friday. Just a small introduction.
We
And yeah,
are going to
that's,
complete a year next month, right? I think in
I
September.
think so.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the
I think
first
so.
the first flow was in September last year,
Mhm.
and wow, we're gonna celebrate next month.
Mhm. Yeah, we can do the Flow State Cafe birthday, right? The birthday party.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, so the law of attraction, yeah, have has been a very lots of people wants to attract, right? Like a new reality, abundance, a house, a car, but many people can make it, but a lot of people don't make it. And why they don't make it, or they create a new reality, but it's not the way that they expected. No.
Exactly, exactly. And that's interesting. Well, first of all, I think we should explain a bit how the law of attraction works, right? What is it? Because some people are
Mhm.
familiar with that, other people are not. And
Into that,
so let's say
yeah.
that, yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Hmm.
I think is a philosophy suggesting that positive thoughts bring positive results into a personal life, while negative thoughts bring negative outcomes. Yes. So people just in general they kind of let's say describe it like that. So it's based on the belief. They say that it's based on the belief that thoughts are a form of energy, and success in all area of life, including health, finances, whatever, relationship. But so I think it's just this. It's more now. There's more evidence about this nowadays with quantum physics, and so there is actually a science behind it. And it's based especially on the fact that on experiments. First of all, so there's a famous experiment, which is the double slit experiment, which is very well explained in a video. I can, if anybody's interested, I can actually pass you the video on YouTube. But it basically shows that when our consciousness is looking uh, at a certain type of thing, so let's say we have a thought, yes, and basically what happens is that the consciousness affects matter, yes, and so the energy collapse, and they've seen it's pretty interesting. And so that means that wherever you put your consciousness, wherever you're focusing your consciousness, something happens. It affects matter. It affected. So what they did was, let's say, seeing that the consciousness was affecting the way the electrons were behaving, while when the consciousness wasn't there, the electrons were behaving differently. So it's quantum particles. So there is a fact, there just it's a fact. So I think it's pretty interesting, and also, it has been studied also. Um, when we talk about attracting, we talk about attracting because we have an electromagnetic field all around us, right? And so it's a fact that we are a magnet, and that this magnet is made out of feelings and thoughts, right? So thoughts are electric, and feelings are magnetic, and so we have a whole electromagnetic field that actually starts from the heart. And so that makes that we can talk about attraction, because if you're a magnet, you attract, right? I guess. And
Yeah,
so,
because you were you saying that everything, the thought, like, starts in the mind, right?
yeah.
And with this, it has, like, it's in a certain, like, you have, it's not complete, the information, because about the attraction thing, because into the law of
Mm,
attraction that everyone is talking about, because um when you because you try to control the mind when
yeah.
you visualize and you think, try to think positive. It's not really thinking like that. If
No,
you
I mean, it's not that basic. It would be so easy, right? If it's just, okay, you think positive and then you attract.
Yeah, it's not so automatically like that, because you have other layers of consciousness, and then you have our subconscious that basically works and operates in
Mm,
our, yeah, in a way that if you're not aware, why, for example, we want to manifest certain things, we um, we can not manifest that, because if you try to manifest because you have a lack of, uh, for example, you want a car, you don't have a car, or you want a car just because you want to show up that you have,
yeah,
for example.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
you need the car because you need to take your kids to school, for example, or to function, make your life easier, more comfort.
yeah.
No, just because, for example, it's an example,
Mm,
just to say,
yeah,
okay, I'm good enough,
yeah,
because you don't feel good enough. And then you want a car to
yeah,
show that you are capable to manifest, to have that car, for example.
yeah. I
You're
mean, it
trying,
might work. It still might work. You know, the only thing is that you're not gonna experience. You might. I mean, you're gonna end up experiences that you're not good enough, anyways. It doesn't.
yeah,
So
you can also.
yeah,
That's, yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. But the thing is that I think it's very important to focus on this, because it's like, it's not just about thinking positive. We can try to think positive, right? But most of the thoughts are not are coming automatically from the unconscious or the subconscious, and so obviously it helps thinking positive, but then you cannot control that. Yes, most of the times, and that's where it's so important to. I mean, you cannot change your mind with the mind. You cannot change, just, okay, I think positive, I have to think this way. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to feel it. You have to really feel it, and so create this coherence between the brain and the heart. Yes. um so that's the key, because yes, it's not just about thinking, but it's also about the way you feel. That also defines the frequency of your electromagnetic field, meaning your magnet, right? So that's
Yeah,
very important.
but the thing is, sometimes when you don't feel it, it's because, as we were
Hmm.
saying, it's not
Mm.
that's not aligned with your energy, and then you
Yeah.
basically sometimes have to check out the beliefs that you have around that,
Hmm. Hmm.
and clear some, like, why you're having some negative emotions most of the time. And observe
Hmm.
these emotions and um, work on that, right?
Yeah. 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 But I mean, there is some science behind it, so it's not that it's not true. The law of attraction, it does work, but the thing is that it works 24/7. And so you might attract what you consciously want, but you also attract what, especially the rest, because what you consciously want is the 5%, but what you unconsciously don't want is the 95%. So you're going to attract everything, right? And especially what scares you, what frustrates you, you can attract that. You can try all the ways to be, I don't know, healthy, for example. But if you're constantly looking for ways to be healthy and you're gonna say, yes, I'm healthy, I'm gonna have a healthy body. The when you really want something like with a strong desire is because you're trying to get away from something. Maybe you're scared of getting sick, right? For example. And so that fear is going to manifest together with other things. I don't know, So there's always when there's an imbalance, you're going to manifest that. So the law of attraction really works, meaning that your desire without fear. You neutral. I have that or I don't. It's okay. But my soul wants that. Yes. And it's actually pretty easy to manifest when you're aligned.
I didn't understand the last
I think
phrase. Say, can you
I
say
said
again,
when
please?
you're aligned, when you're aligned, you actually manifest pretty quickly,
Mhm.
when you have when you're in peace and you have no fear and everything, you're not stressed most of the time. You're in this
Yeah, yeah,
pleasant state.
yeah.
And
Things,
then
they
whatever you
start
want.
to come. They just start to
Yes.
come, and you actually have to be aware about your thoughts, because you
Mm.
can manifest, like, even the positive and also the negative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
easier.
that's
Like,
it. We are like, it works 24/7. That's the thing. The law of attraction, it works 24/7. It's a fact. Like everything that you've been thinking, it's happening, and either positive or negative, it's gonna happen, right? So, and that's where
yeah,
meditation is so important, or becoming aware of your thoughts and becoming aware of your fear and what are you trying to escape from. I think that's key, right?
yeah. There something like about this, when you put your energy high, when you keep your energy
Mm,
high and you clear
mm,
those negative thoughts, you're gonna get less and less in touch with this vibration of the fear and pain. Like when
mm,
you are with your high energy, like when you start to elevate your vibration, like,
mm,
you don't connect anymore with this lower frequency. Like when
at
you
all.
keep doing that
Yeah.
and keep working on yourself, right? And
Yeah.
it starts to get easier to manifest.
Yeah.
It's all about
Um,
I think it's self work, a lot of self work, inner work.
hmm.
We have to do,
Hmm.
I think,
Hmm.
also.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of create new neural networks in the brain, which allow you to kind of behave differently without the need to think. It's just you spontaneously another person, right? There's more balance. So that is the thing. But definitely when it comes to the law of attraction, it really, really, really works. And obviously, if you're a line and you want to practice, the law of attraction, but you have to be really aligned. Otherwise, you might manifest things you don't want. There are several ways to do it, right? So Um,
Because
and for
as you
example,
said, like the law of attraction works 24/7. So everything that's happening in your life at the moment is also
mm,
based on your experience and your perspective about
mm,
life and your beliefs,
mm,
everything that you learned. So sometimes I think like you need to unlearn some things
yeah,
and be open to
yeah,
change your mindsets, change your perspective, your understanding of reality, for example.
yeah, yeah, totally, totally. And so living in coherence, especially, when you're aligned with your purpose, you live in coherence. You do what you want, not because you have to, because you feel you have to, but because you truly want that, right? That is so important, I think. Because oftentimes we're doing things for the wrong reason because society forces us. No, when you just, or you want that particular job because it makes you feel safe, for example, right? um, so that's an alignment, and so when you live in coherence, you live in according to what your soul wants, no matter whatever happens outside of what people think. That's so important, and it helps eventually to manifest. um, and so I think it's so important. And you know mm,
But this
sometimes people.
finish.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes people think they wanted something because, for example, someone else told them that they should do this or that, or even society, or even your parents, your friends, and it makes when you realize where this desire is coming from, if it's that
Hmm.
from your heart or from someone else or the collective or whatever, or religious or anywhere, that's not
Hmm.
from your heart and your deep desire, and then you can, yeah, and you get aligned, more aligned with your manifestations.
Yeah. And it really helps. So living according to your purpose. And sometimes people can't connect with their purpose sometimes, but that's because there are a lot of limitations that are not allowing them to connect with that. Yeah, so that's some extra work to do, because sometimes people, they know what they want to do in life in general, no matter, like, it's not about the job and not about the career, just about in general. What is that? I think we all here to serve people, to serve others. And when I mean I live in alignment, meaning that you know already how you want to serve people. What's your function? Because when you're into giving, no matter what, then you are kind of, you're aligned, right? And you start to manifest way better. So I think that's kind of important, to have that clear. You know, I think that helps. Hmm.
I'm sorry, Carlos, I just didn't understand the last phrase.
Yeah. So saying that, when you live in coherence, I mean, when you kind of align with your purpose, and so,
Yeah, yes.
I think everybody is in the world here to kind of serve others. We're here to serve others, and so no matter if that's gonna happen mainly in your career or in the family or in relationships, but you kind of know already what's your purpose. And so when you're living aligned
Mhm.
in this way, you
Yeah,
can't manifest better, and then you can use the word law of attraction if you want. It's gonna work
yeah,
better probably than someone that doesn't know what they want. And if you don't know what's your purpose in life, it's because there's so many limitations in there holding you back to see that, to connect with that.
yes,
And so oftentimes when I think when you know your purpose, then um, you kind of connect easier. It's easier to connect with the desire of your soul. And when you're asking, when you want, like when you're asking from your soul, then um, when it comes to the law of attraction, you can use that, and it happens, and it works better,
I
kind
think,
of.
yeah, but the biggest point about this connection with the deeper desire of your soul, I think, is that when you are there already, you just go. You don't even think about about too much
Yeah,
about
but
the things. You just get
yeah.
into this whole state, and then you just manifest the things that are
Mhm.
aligned if you are aligned. But we
Yeah,
are living this
but obviously,
what?
you put the attention automatically, right? That
Yeah,
says, I
there's a
want
power
that, and
and
then
with
that
the
comes.
intention. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's good, to like have some practice. You have to put it out there in the quantum field for things to come. So I
visualization.
think
Yes, it's really good.
yeah, yeah, I think that's really powerful, and especially when you are completely relaxed. Wait, I think I'm gonna do that in the masterclass. I'm gonna do that in the masterclass for sure. You
Yeah,
know,
tell me a little bit more. When it's gonna be again?
it's
Your
gonna be on the second and third, which I think is actually next weekend, isn't it? Let me see. Yeah, it's next weekend actually, on the second and the third. And so it's gonna be 2 days. First day, I'm gonna explain about uh, why we don't know anything. It's
sorry.
just kind of fun. What does that mean? Why we don't know anything? When you start to work with energy, you understand we don't know anything because
Ah,
we
yes,
just know what we
sure.
see, right? And so the most of the things that we are not aware are having an effect on us. And so while we energy, we can access to that. And then the second day, um, I'm gonna do the practice. So I do a group reprogramming. Yes. With
I'm looking forward for
energetics and
that.
with, yeah, so
Super
we're gonna
powerful.
reprogram the subconscious on a group level, which is really really cool. Yeah,
Really nice.
yeah.
Really
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, what else you think? Do you have any more
Yes.
information about the course?
About what? About
About
the
the
course.
Mastercard, the course, no, the Mastercard
About a masterclass.
account.
It's completely free. This time it's free. Um, this time will be free, and yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be at a good time for most of the people that are in the States, in Canada, in Europe, and even in Dubai, because I have people from Dubai too. Probably they're gonna come, and so it's gonna be in the afternoon. I think it's at 3 in the afternoon in Europe. Um, and so yeah, I mean that's the main
Cool.
thing.
So,
Yeah.
guys, don't lose it.
Uh,
It's a really nice event, and I've been
yeah,
part of some of them, and it's gonna be really cool. And
yeah. I
there's a
think
lot
it's
of
gonna be
tips for
nice.
you to manifest as well.
Yeah.
And just to keep what we were saying, like we were saying that like when you visualize your goals, it's one of the
Mm,
points that's good to for the manifestation, and also look for the positives in the situation, um,
totally.
right? And learn how to identify negative thinking about
Mm,
also what you
yeah.
desire, or during your life, like in a daily life also, because
Mm,
it's good, you have to understand why are the negative things thinking coming, why no,
mm-mm.
and understanding
Yeah.
this um, path that the mind does sometimes, because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the negative thinking, it's how do you say, if you have the negative things, is where you have to look, like um, it's a way to give you the answers, for example, how to like
Mm.
resolve deeper stuff that you are having, because it's your unconscious mind telling you something,
Mm. Mhm, mhm.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, totally, totally. And then I think it's also important to know, you really need to this law really works and it's really powerful. And so it's so important to really know how it works in detail. Yes, because it's very powerful and so it works very well when you are aligned. But we're you're not aligned. Oh my God. Yes, I had some quite of a like good number of clients that came to me and tell me they told me, I was using the law of attraction, but then I don't understand why these happen. Yes, I don't know. They wanted to, yeah, I remember this one. They wanted to manifest a house, so they started, I really want a big house. I want a big house, and everything's gonna be fine. And so they started to visualize the house and manifested the house, and then the house came with problems. Which were the problems? The problems were that they legally couldn't. I mean, there were some legal problems with the house, and so and therefore it became like a whole mess. Yes, to resolve all this legal stuff. And so yeah, you might manifest it, but then they were treated. I remember like these guys that were treated like um, you know well, I mean, I'm not gonna go too much into this. It's not, but the thing is that it was a living hell once they manifested a house. So this is the thing. Um, so it's really important because it really, really works. But uh, you have to know the whole thing behind it. You have to be very aligned to eventually manifest properly because that's the thing, And so being aligned, what means it means not just living in coherence, so living according to your purpose, but also maintaining that high frequency and feeling gratitude, not to control, but because feeling in a good way. Because between the moment you manifest, you ask for it and you start to visualize, to practice the law of attraction, until the moment you're gonna get that house, for example, let's say, if in the meanwhile you go into negativity, it's gonna collapse. And also what you said, the reason why we're asking for it, if we want a big house because I want to feel worthy, because it makes me feel a rich person, you're gonna end up experiencing the opposite too. And so it's really important that, like, I had a lot of people that practice this law of attraction in the wrong way. So it's really important. It's not as easy as, okay, I'm just gonna think positive. No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also basically need to understand how it works, how your mind works, how
Mm-mm.
are
Yeah.
that your mind
Yeah.
is doing. And then
Yeah.
because your mind puts you into these tricks, into this troubles that sometimes you think something, but that's not really what
Yeah.
you're thinking, like just needs
Yeah.
to, as you said, about this connection with the soul and the real desire. Uh, we've been talking about this coherence with the heart and the mind, and I think it's one way for you also to meditate a little bit more on your heart and listen to it a little
Yeah.
bit. When
Yeah.
you want to manifest something, just take your time with yourself and understand, connect with your heart, do deep breathing, and meditate a little bit in the type of manifestation you want, and then try to bring um, this alignment and understand, is this what I really want? Is this
Mm-hmm.
is what my heart wants?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one way
Yeah.
for you to try to understand yourself and your desires also.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally.
And try
And
to
then once,
find this alignment also.
yeah. finding alignment is it's so important. And then, once you're aligned, then you can visualize it. You can almost even behave like if you have it already, but not to control. You don't want to control thing. If you find yourself willing to control something, it means that you're not aligned. Yeah, that's super important. If you're finding yourself thinking a lot about something, it means that you're not aligned. There's an imbalance there. Yes. And so, obviously, feeling this, using gratitude obviously works, when all this, but really becoming aware. So self-awareness is extremely important, to become aware of how you really feel, how you're really behaving, if there's some imbalance there. That's super important. Yeah. But then acting like if you have it already, also. And then when it comes um to money, is to me today, I was thinking about this. Every time you're complaining, you're making yourself poorer and poorer, because the universe just wants you to feel good. And when you feel good, you're paying the universe, and the universe pays you back, right? And so, in general, not just about money, but in general, like, uh it's all about loving yourself more and more. That's it. That's it. And when you're not doing it, and you start to complain, and you start to enter in that mind thing, in that mind chaos, then you're just making yourself poorer and poorer. So being grateful helps a lot. um, and when you want to manifest, for example, a partner, what I really think is, just you just need to become the person you want to attract, right? And not, okay, I want to manifest a partner because I'm scared of being alone. Oh, maybe you're gonna manifest a partner that's not gonna be there for you,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna and then you're gonna feel alone, anyways, right? Even with a partner.
Um, nice. I want to say something that about sometimes. I don't know if I think the thing is, but sometimes you manifest things without. Uh, no, sometimes things that sometimes you manifest things that you also don't expect. For example, I
Yes.
made a decision of a few months ago. I made a decision that I knew what I didn't want. It's funny that I think I gotta get away a little bit, but okay. I made a decision about what I knew what I didn't want. No, I knew what I wanted, but I also didn't make made a visualization about like what I really wanted.
Hmm.
For the decision was I had to move. I wanted to move for a place. I didn't want to live more in that place, but I had the inner sensation, an inner feeling that the right place was gonna come.
Hmm. And
That
that's
I
amazing.
didn't had to worry. I think it was my way,
Yeah.
you know. I knew that I had
Yeah.
to make that decision, and I knew that I was gonna find a nice place,
Yeah.
you know.
You're trusting, and when you trust, there's abundance, and so the
And I
universe
was
understands.
aligned with my decision.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I received a call from friends, and she said, I made a decision. I spoke to the person, the owner of the apartment that I was gonna live in a month, and I didn't even have the house, but I knew I was gonna find it. And then suddenly, in less than 1 week, someone called me. I don't.
Mhm.
After 1 week, a friend of mine called me. Listen, I had a nice house, like really cool. She showed me like pictures and videos from the house, and I say, wow. And the person was aligned with things, type of work that I do, and everything was like kind of matching. Like and it's synchronicity. It was a type of synchronicity because that's what I was saying. When you actually feel inside and you know that you're doing the right thing, things have to come. also,
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
totally, totally. Yes, yes. And also, it really depends on obviously now more and more the earth is the frequency is higher and higher, and we are also doing a lot of self work, and so I think our frequencies are really high too, and so the highest frequency you have, the quicker you manifest things. I can see
Yes,
that. I
you
think
keep
about
your
something
energy
and I have
high.
it already, and it's like, okay, okay, without the need to ask for it, just thinking, and boom, it happens. Um, and so, uh,
But
you know,
there is another thing. Some things I manifest, but for example, this is the type of house that came is the type of house that I desired in the past. You
wow,
know, like the type of
yeah,
house that I always wanted to have. It's not something that I was like, okay, I wanted this house. No, I already knew that I like space, I like nature, and it has like a garden.
yeah,
And I knew I already like in the past I had a type of visualization of the type of place that I wanted. And
yeah,
I didn't think about that. I was in the past.
yeah.
And I had already this sensation, this thing built inside of me, I think. Yeah. Now I remember.
Interesting. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Funny.
yeah. It's totally, yeah. That's the way. That's the way. But obviously, it's interesting to understand how this law of attraction works, because there's so much information, but it's not complete. It's not
Yes.
complete. That's the thing, and it can be very tricky if you just follow like you can make a lot of mistakes if you don't know how it works. And then so that's the thing, it's not just about I think positive, I feel the emotion. No, no, it's not just about that. It's also, okay, what's behind what you want. So what's behind
That's
what you
true.
want, when you're constantly thinking about something, you really want something, is because you're getting away, you want to get away from something else that is the
It's
darkest
because what?
side.
Say again?
You want to get, yeah, when you're constantly thinking about something that you really want and want and want and want, it's because you're kind of trying to get away from something else, and so you know how that
Mhm.
works. um
Yes.
you cannot get rid of anything like in that
Mhm.
way. Yeah, so that's the
Yes.
thing, that's the thing. All
That's the
right,
thing.
it's an interesting point. um
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a very
I
it's interesting topic because that's what we do
yeah,
all the time. So it's good to
yeah.
understand. It's very important to understand if you are into this.
Mm-mm-mm.
And I
Mm-mm-mm.
think we actually spoke a lot about it today, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's cool.
We
All right.
we are here in also on the LinkedIn. So if anyone wants to um, make a question, I think here in YouTube
Yeah,
we also have. If anyone wants to
exactly.
send a question or ask something, we are here.
Yeah.
If not,
And
we are going. I think
yeah,
that's to leave. Do you wanna say
totally,
something?
totally. We can just invite whoever is listening to just connect with us, and just connect with us and join my masterclass next week if you want. Yeah. Oh, I've seen Michelle is there. Yeah. And so yes, have a beautiful weekend, everybody.
Have a beautiful weekend, everyone. It was nice to come and see you next Friday. Bye
Yeah, thank you for
bye.
coming. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.